Think about the arc of a basketball shot or the spray from a fountain. Those are parabolas. But they aren't the simple y equals x squared you learn about first. They're shifted, stretched, and moved. In math, we call these changes transformations. The goal is to take that basic parent graph and treat it like digital clay, molding it to fit any situation. We do this with a single, powerful master formula. Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. Each letter is a control knob. The a is the dilation factor. It controls the width. If the absolute value of a is bigger than 1, you get a skinny, steep parabola. If it's a fraction between 0 and 1, you get a wide, flat one. And if a is negative, the whole thing flips upside down, becoming a concave down arch. Next are the shifts. The k on the end is the easiest. It's the vertical shift. A positive k slides the entire graph up. A negative k slides it down. The turning point moves from the origin to 0k. The h inside the bracket handles horizontal shifts, but it's counterintuitive. X minus 3 squared moves the graph 3 units to the right. X plus 3 squared moves it 3 units to the left. Why? Because you need to plug in x equals 3 to make that first bracket 0, shifting the bottom of the U-shape to the right. This vertex form is the gold standard because it tells you the turning point instantly. It's at the coordinates hk. Just remember to flip the sign for h. So for y equals 2 times x minus 5 squared plus 3, the vertex is at 5, 3. But what if you have an equation like y equals x squared plus 6x plus 5? You use an algebraic tool called completing the square to transform it into that powerful vertex form. It's the bridge between a messy equation and its clear geometric meaning. With these tools, any parabola becomes predictable.